here and do a little review on a turbo kit that I installed. I got the car tuned, and I'll be honest, I was not too happy with the horsepower amount, so I wanted to get up in here and just do a little review, see what you guys think, see if anybody else has had same outcome with this, and see if anybody else has made more horsepower than what I made. So let me show you guys which turbo kit I got and see what you guys think. So I got a K24 A1. There's a mechanic trying to show what's really going on. Are you gonna say something, Mr. Mechanic? So I got a really basic setup. It's a K24, like I was saying before. The mechanic jumped in the picture and wanted to talk about the tuning side, but that's for another chapter. So I got a K24A JDM block 3-lobe VTEC. So kind of like the TS6, I think, like the A2, like the K24A2. I'm running 1,000cc injectors. I got a 450 fuel pump. I got a 8 feed and a 6 return with a fuel pressure regulator. So the car has a lot of fuel for a good amount of horsepower, I will say. I'll get to the turbo. I'm running a GT3582 with a log manifold, 38 millimeter wastegate, 2-inch intercooler piping all the way around, with a decent size, not a humongous intercooler, but just a decent size intercooler. I got this kit used. Like I said, it's just a log manifold, 38 millimeter wastegate. The wastegate does have a 4-pound spring on it. I do have a boost controller wired in for K-Pro. So I do have all of the necessary things. The car, it is not open down pipe. It does have a full 3-inch exhaust. No catalytic converter. Only has a resonator and a flex pipe, and it's B-banded, so it's easy to access. I do have a air fuel gauge on it too. The exhaust isn't something crazy, just a 3-inch all the way around. Try to get under there. Full straight pipe, so it shouldn't have any restrictions at all. Like I said, turbo's a GT 3582, just a regular cheapo eBay turbo, nothing fancy. So the car only made 250. It is on E85. It has all of the freaking fuel for it, but it only made 250. I know, pretty sad. I know they make like about 220 all motor, so it's not like I gained a whole lot of horsepower on that one. Wah, wah, wah. But they kept saying that the long manifold was being the problem, that it was doing a lot of back pressure on the turbo. They did try to put a T on it to try to get it to bleed off and see if they could make more power on it, but that didn't help out at all. The boost controller didn't help out at all. They suggested putting a bigger spring on it, and maybe that will give me more horsepower. But in general, they said that this kit isn't that very efficient. Log manifold, 38 millimeter wastegate. I don't know if anybody else out there has had that problem, but yeah, kind of sad. But I did get the kit for kind of a good deal on it, I'll say. So I threw it in here and expecting it to be, somewhat of a decent build, or at least put out like 300, 350. I was expecting around that horsepower. I would have been satisfied with that, but unfortunately did not make it. So if anybody else out there has had problems with this, or if you had anything else done that made the car make more horsepower, I would like to try to remove the exhaust, maybe thinking that the exhaust is a restriction, but I'm not too sure since it is 3 inches and there's no restriction on the exhaust system. Along with the disappointing 250 horsepower that he made, I did have a couple of issues running this kit in general. So you guys won't be able to see it, but getting the return line to do anything, it's a nightmare on this kit. Maybe because the turbo kit is on a EG, and the EG, it's a tighter bay. You can't, well, you should have a way to run the line, but I tried running the line to the side cover as a oil return. I know you guys know what I'm talking about. The return line that runs off of the side cover. I couldn't get any good angles or any good path to the return, so that didn't work at all. I couldn't get a straight angle. Every single time that I would try to run it anyway, it would kink. Trying to put a fitting in the turbo or like tying it with the turbo installed, it was a nightmare. So pretty much every single time I had to take out the turbo, find some fittings, do kind of a route, test it out, take it out, see if any kinks would get in there, and then just back and forth. So that was the biggest issue that I had with this turbo kit, just finding a decent return path for the oil. What I ended up doing, I ended up getting a bong welded to the oil pan and doing a straight from the turbo, going down and just having 90, I think it's what's on the bottom, kind of like a L pretty much. And that was the only way that I was able to run the return system for the oil. There was nothing else that I can do. I tried every single fitting, I tried every single angle, I tried going different paths, and it just wouldn't take it. For feed, it was a simple thing. I ran a sandwich plate. It's all the way at the bottom. Probably won't be able to see it that well, but yeah, it's a regular sandwich plate. 204 AN feed, but just because the hot side is right there, you kind of have to finesse it and put a blanket on it, or else you're gonna torch up your feed. I don't know if a metal one would have been any better. Like I said, this is a log manifold on a EG hatch with a GT3582. I'm sure I can get a little more room back there if I would have put it like a GT3070, a smaller turbo. I mean, I don't think it would have made any difference on horsepower much, but I like the 35s better, just in case you want to go bigger or horsepower later down the road, if you know what I mean. But yeah, that was one of the other issues that I had, just the feed and return system. So yeah, let me know if anybody else out there has had this issue with the log manifold and 38mm wastegate. Thank you guys.